And it's going to be Otago to kick off. And Glenn Dixon sets the match at Carisbrook underway, putting the ball down the centre. It's been claimed by Bay of Plenty, so you can see Bay of Plenty with the blue and gold stripes. Otago predominantly blue. Hopefully won't be too much of a colour clash. And ball going high in the air in the early stages. A lot of kicking, but beautifully taken by Jason Horner, and makes good ground up the middle. He is a useful player, strong running left winger, and Mike Delaney getting the chance to slip the ball in behind the defence, but snapped up nicely at the back by Dixon. And it'll be there for Sean Romans. First whistle of the night, and we'll have a scrum. Well, time to welcome in Carl Tanana, and big match for Otago. They need to win to stay with any hope, but Bay of Plenty, they'll be looking to kick on from a good win last week over Tasman.
Yeah, exactly right, TJ. I mean, they really do need to find their mojo to Otago to keep their final football hopes alive, and conversely, Bay of Plenty, they'll be looking to consolidate their position on the table and try and push for a home semi-final. Brendan
Laney sideline, and great night for footy.
Yeah, it really is. It's a slight breeze, but not very much really, and I think both teams will be really looking forward to a bit of a dry track and nice and fast. Always like Carisbrook down here.
So penalty goes against Luke Braid. He detached early from the scrum, and so Glenn Dixon get an opportunity to put the ball deep down into Bay of Plenty territory. Otago coming off a poor performance. They were thumped 32-10 by Hawke's Bay last weekend. They lost to Canterbury in the Shield Challenge and Auckland a week before that, so they desperately need some winning form. Bay of Plenty.
Go down, go down.
Solid win over Tasman last week. And Donnelly wins it at the back, and Setafano crashing it up the centre. Good quick ball too for Romans. And dragged ahead by Ben Nolan, then losing it. Colin Burke gets the ball away. And the kick downfield from Horner. And again, the kick into centre field from Ben Smith. We could have two Ben Smiths playing in this game yet. Otago have got it back. Here's hooker Jason McDonald. Romans went to the short side. Donnelly crunching it up. Met with solid defence. Wayne Hewson there in 13, but they've got it back. Dixon banging it high. Colin Burke has stayed back, calling for it and taking it. Such a skillful player, Colin Burke. And Matt Stanish being very correct early on, brings him back to the mark.
But he's so integral to this Bay of Plenty team, isn't he? The number 8, Colin Burke, and the captain. He really does need to lead from the front, as you said. Got a lot of skill. Good kicker of the ball also.
Well, as we've been saying, they kick the ball more than any other team in this competition, Bay of Plenty. And the guys that do the kicking, mainly Mike Delaney and Colin Burke. They've also, though, got a very good acquisition in midfield this season in Phil Burley. There's Delaney. Plenty of rowdy support here for Bay of Plenty too tonight. We'll show you some of their fans. But it's Otago making the early running, and a break up the middle from Dixon. Offloads it to Joubert. Now here's an opportunity, and they're going to get the first points, and it's Ben Smith. Good start for Otago. And Ben Smith gets his 5th try in New Zealand Cup rugby, and Otago hit the front.
Glenn Dixon was the one that saw the space. The defence slides from the Bay of Plenty, summies and goes in the strong fend off and just looks for his support. Great recognition there, and that was a great line there from the fullback. Ben Smith hit it hard and straight.
And that's something that Ben Smith's been doing well all year, isn't it, fellas? He hits the ball with a lot of pace, changes line very well, and I tell you what, Otago's got a look in their eye, and it could be very dangerous for Bay of Plenty tonight if they get going.
Well, first man up to congratulate him, Charlie Hoare. And nice work too, Eben Joubert, the blindside flanker. He was the link man, but well spotted by Glenn Dixon, and he's the man who will try and convert a try. He had a big hand in creating Really, Bay of Plenty defence coming up quickly, but not in line. They came up in a jagged line, and that provided the space. Dixon puts it high between the uprights, and it's the home team. Out to a good start. Ben Smith with the try, and they lead by 7-0. So 5 minutes on the clock here. Tom Donnelly takes it down. Romans putting the ball high. Burke is underneath it, dropping back on the left wing side. Good chase from Otago. And Brendan Laney absolutely right. They're playing with a great deal of purpose early on, the home team. Burley. Nice contact, although it's gone straight to Smith, who was heavily involved early on. Now looks for a bit of space, and collision too as he went after it. But referee just ruling that he ran into one of the Bay of Plenty players. No foul committed. Delaney finds a nice angle, just trying to get the ball in behind Ryan Shortland. Charlie Hall going back and tries the kick with the outside of the boot. Manages to peel off 20 metres. Not a bad attempt at clearance really in the end from Charlie Hall. His experience, Brendan, will be valuable.
Yeah, well, Charlie's been around a long time in Otago, and he's obviously done a few stints offshore as well. And he played very well when he was over in Scotland. He's just a guy that might just give Dixon a bit of a hand as well.
Well, here's Bay of Plenty with an opportunity to run it. They like to bring the wingers in, particularly Jason Horner, but he's met with some good defence before Orlando Suakai penalised for going in the side, and Delaney will probably have a shot at goal here, Carl.
Yes, and will indeed. He needs the points, and he'll settle down his team, like Delaney. But you're right, TJ. Jason Horner stands at first receiver. He's a big, strong lad, runs hard at the line. Ran into 3 defenders there. And Matt Stannis just ruling that Suakai coming from the side. This man on screen's had a stellar season so far. Another integral part of this Bay of Plenty side.
Hide most on the breakdowns.
Well, he's kicked 30 penalties, so 90 of the 108 points that he's kicked this season have come from penalties. Shows how important those 3-pointers have been for Bay of Plenty. And here he goes, trying to get them on the board. Struck it pretty well, and it is over. Didn't even bother look. He just bent over, picked up the kicking tee, and the Bay of Plenty fans out in force here tonight. Good to see them. And Otago lead it now by 7-3.
Well, he's a confidence player, isn't he, Mike Delaney? Oozing at it with it at the moment in all his play.
And he knows a wee bit about this ground, doesn't he, KT? Playing a season down here with the Highlanders. So I'm sure he'll push Bay of Plenty around this ground very well.
Bay of Plenty trying to get underneath it, but they haven't taken it down cleanly. No harm done. Now Delaney moving onto it, sensing a bit of space out to his left too, and Hewson riding the tackle in the end. A couple of players outside him, and you can see Otago hitting the breakdown with a bit of force. And Delaney trying to work a little wraparound. He's got himself isolated here. Now he needs some support, but he's lost it. Damage was done, and Hubert gets it away to Setafano. Stephen Setafano, of course, a product of the Bay of Plenty area. To Rotorua Boys High School. Tom Donnelly, another one who hailed originally from Rotorua in this Otago side. Hayden Triggs with the head bandage, and well, Tom Donnelly, I don't think he was expecting that. There he is. Well, he did well last week, didn't he, KT? He did a good, solid job, and just proves that not every new test cap has to be a bright young thing, coming in at 27 with all his experience.
Yes, exactly right, and that's what he's brought back to this Otago side as well. Bit of muscle, bit of toughness. He'll be very disappointed with his skill set there, but I think he was the one that stopped the read on Mike Delaney getting the ball out wide, because they had numbers, Bay of Plenty. And spreading wide on this occasion too from the set plate.
Stay on. Up.
This will be an interesting part of the game too, fellas. Both reasonably sort of strong front rows. Obviously no Case Muse tonight, so I suppose the Otago front row will be really looking to make a mark here.
Bring the average age down a bit.
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't it?
You did right there, and probably the jersey size too, to be fair,
Crouch.
TJ.
Touch, pause,
Oh, it's
engage.
good to see him back making a contribution.
Lucy's on.
Now, Polu, off it goes to Delaney. They ran the ball a lot more against Tasman last
Hold,
week.
Getting.
Burley this time
Hold.
with the kick that sits up very nicely for Smith, who's
Come out,
been all
Ross,
over
come
the
out.
place in the early minutes of this game. Kick coming down for Delaney in centre field.
Run it, seven
Referee has
offside.
the arm out, and they've been
Run,
very
goals.
tough this weekend on players not retiring in the
Seven
kick
in front of the kick.
situation.
Dancing. 7. Offside.
I don't know how players can't get away with being inside the 10, TJ. It's a pretty easy rule to acknowledge, and it's been pulled up over the last couple of weeks quite substantially.
Yeah, it's no secret that they're cracking down on it, and fair enough too. Already too much kicking in the game. You don't want to encourage more by allowing players to drift up. See, those players never really making any sort of effort to get back. It's just slack. Well, here's Dean Elmiger from Otago. Both of these teams with good lineouts. We know all about
Stay here
Donnelly
on
and Triggs
high
for Otago, but Retallick does a great job for Bay of Plenty, and he's got Mark Berman there, the
Back you go.
former Waikato man. Colin Burke, a useful option at the back too. Trying to work the ball now close to the touchline. And Polu, away it goes to Delaney. Otago rush up and he spots a little hole. Delaney needs to release the pass. He couldn't.
Roll out.
And Polu gets it away. Well, Bay of Plenty starting to threaten. Beating the rush defence. Now Polu away to Delaney. Quick hands could make something here. Straightening it well as Hewson. Right out in front of the posts here at Carisbrook. Numbers away to the right. And here they go. Nigel Hunt spinning. Taken, and you can see Setafano trying to rip the ball off him.
11. No, 9.
Coming again for Polu. Pops it up to Elmiger.
Stay hindmost.
Now they try and just grunt it
Hindmost
closer
here.
to the line.
Go, go, go.
Well, coming right in the side there. God, goodness, how did he get away with that? Anyway, off they go. Delaney moves it on. Burley straightening, so they're
Hands
being
away,
patient. Polu fires a pass, bouncing.
Roll out.
Well, they've certainly got an opportunity here if they could just keep it going. Now the arm goes out.
You're on it.
Colin Burke takes it quickly. They didn't get back 10, so they should get another one here. They may not need it. Retallick close to the line, over. Well, reward for one of the hard workers in this Bay of Plenty pack. Callum Retallick scores. Good thinking by Colin Burke. And Bay of Plenty have hit the front.
And originally came from a break from Mike Delaney. He said to his opposite, Glenn Jackson, whatever you can do, I can do better. And this is a facet of his game that he's really improved this year. We see it there. Broke the line, the right foot fend, the right hand fend, then he sets it up. They do well. There's great continuity. Recognition there by Colin Burke that they weren't back to 10. It's all about mongrel from here. And that's a great effort there and great try.
He did very well, didn't he, guys, to get that down, because he was sort of spinning as he was going for the line. So he's done a very good job. And the way Delaney's been kicking the ball, I'm pretty sure this will be another couple of points.
So Delaney now 15 in from touch. He started it and he's finished it, and they're very happy about it. Great little band of Bay of Plenty supporters in the crowd here at Carisbrook tonight, and it's their team in front by 10-7.
Well, the former Bay of Plenty, when they've been away, hasn't been too flashy. 2 losses coming into Auckland and down in the south in Otago. So they want to rectify that tonight, and that's a good start.
Well, the signs are for a good match here. We've had a couple of tries already. Luke Braid losing his footing.
Hindmost here, hindmost, far side.
But the surface,
far side.
as Brendan Laney said before, it's magnificent here at Carisbrook. We've got a great night. It's a cool night, but it's a good night for rugby. And the ball cleared up towards halfway by Bay of Plenty. So a try apiece in the first quarter of an hour, and a willingness of both sides to get stuck in at the breakdown, but also move the ball when they've got the chance. McDonald, and up goes Donnelly, but being knocked forward by Romans. A little untidy there, the delivery.
And this is the point in the game where Otago really need to settle down. Got over the emotions of the day.
Extra sec on the front.
These little indiscretions that are keep creeping in. Been a hallmark of their game this year, really stifling their playing continuity.
Back, guys, back, back. Crouch. Touch.
Berman was all over Donnelly there, and the ball jolted away just as he brought it back to ground, which made it difficult for Sean Romans. So let's have a look at these front rows. Change in the Bay of Plenty front row. You can see Dean Elmiger there with the regulars, James McGugan and Joe Savage, who've done such a good job for them up against a solid front row of Hibbard, Nolan and Jason McDonald for Otago.
Touch, pause, engage.
Savage on the loose head side here, and Colin Burke trapping it in the back. And well, Otago have come round and, well, they had it. Now they get a penalty with a hand in there. Burke tried desperately to keep the ball in there.
Thank you.
Let's have a look again.
Thanks, number 4.
It was untidy. Well, it looked like it was. I think he was probably entitled to have a crack there, Carl.
Yeah, that's for sure, TJ. It was great timing.
Well, that's one thing he's very good at, isn't he, fellas? He did it very well against Hawke's Bay last week, Joubert, and he's obviously been brought into the team, and they're using both sort of open sides with him and Saukai, so Bay Plenty will have to be a wee bit careful.
Yeah, so it looked to me like the ball had come out and Colin Burke sort of stuck a foot out and tried to bring it back in again. Good work there from the man in the number 6 jersey for Otago. Now McDonald floating it down the back. Saukai wins it, and Romans has a little dab here, and he's almost all the way through. Now he needs to link up with someone. Well, a good dash there from Sean Romans. The ball's been well and truly wrapped up in there. They may not get this back, Otago. So they've got to keep trying to drive it forward, and eventually it collapses. And a collapsed ball, so Bay of Plenty hold it up, and they'll get the scrum feed, but a nice dab from Sean Romans.
Just seems a wee bit there, sorry Kate, it just seems a wee bit that the first 5 sort of running up in front of the flankers there and just leaving a bit of a gap, doesn't it?
I was just about to mention that there, Brendan. You can see there Luke Bray, Mike Delaney not getting their defensive line straight. Stegan, this was great work by Jason Horner, the left wing. You can see him right in the middle of that kerfuffle there, holding the ball up, and that's what turned the ball over.
Well, that's a new expression for it, KT. I've heard, we call it the ruck, the maul, the breakdown, the collision zone, the kerfuffle. It's probably as good as anything.
Just give it
a way to describe it.
A bit of spice.
He was never up front, you see, so.
No. You, of course?
Yeah, no, I was out the back with him.
You got your bind?
Admiring from a distance.
Most certainly.
Yep.
Yes, we were talking about a famous game before that you two played against each other.
Touch, pause,
down
engage.
here a few years ago. Carl playing for North Harbour, Brendan playing for Otago. The man of the match was Paul Honus, scored 3 tries.
I was robbed, TJ. I was definitely robbed. Did an intercept and got pulled back, and then Brendan ended up getting the kick and winning the game for Otago.
And Paul was a very, very good ref that day.
Might have set a new world record for penalty tries, if I remember rightly. But this is Otago Bay of Plenty, and it's Bay of Plenty hard up against their own line, and well, moving the ball inside their own 22. Setafano trying to drive through in the end. Retallick is not the best of passes, but he was playing advantage, Matt Stanish, and Delaney an opportunity. Well, he can smile now because he knows he gets a free shot for the touchline.
It was adventurous play though from Bay Plenty underneath their own post, spreading it wide. He was isolated for a moment.
there is Stephen Setafano. He, as I say, went to Rotorua Boys High and a good first 15 that included Liam Messam, and a number of other players have gone on to prominence. Well, they'll be very pleased in the lovely coastal town of Opotiki to see their man Dean Elmiger playing here tonight. Well, it's been knocked down on the Otago side though, and here's Charlie Hoare having a bit of a dab. Struggling to bring him to ground was Luke Braid. Well, they pop it up for Hayden Triggs. Trying to hold it up here, and they've got the steal too. Well, that's good work, Bay of Plenty. Delaney goes in, he can see it, and off it goes, and here's Colin Burke just to bang it downfield. That's a really good kick too. It may go too far. Oh dear, don't tell me this is going to, it is too. Well, that's really rotten luck for Colin Burke, because it took a kick, I think, Brendan. It looked like it was going to go into touch. Here's the steal.
Bay of Plenty did very well here, didn't they? Turned the ball over. We've got a change coming up here, guys, just quickly. Quite a strange one. Might be an injury. Setafano in 8 is coming off, and on in 19 is Paul Grant.
Oh, it might be worth a check to find out what's going on there. He's maybe he's not well.
Yeah, he's sort of holding his wrist here a wee bit, but maybe his shoulder.
It's a great attacking position anyway for Otago midfield, underneath the sticks of Bay of Plenty. Options left and right. 2 to the right-hand side, closest to the bottom of your screen.
Touch, pause, engage.
Stack left-hand side.
And off the back they go, and Roman's having another little run, but he's stopped in his tracks that time. Good tackle made by Delaney. Donnelly now, Burke around the ankles. Short ball to Khan Hesketh, and they know they've got to get a hold of this bloke early, because he just keeps on keeping on. Fighting his way inside the 22, coming for Romans. And a big line-up away to the left here too. You can see they're trying to fly up out of defence, but Otago have got it. And Grant now, they move it to the left. But it's been lost.
Reflex.
Well, that's a great set of defence here from Bay of Plenty. Mike Delaney involved twice. First there was a big hit on the left-hand side, and then he rushed up in defence, forced the Otago team back in field to where the defence of the Bay of Plenty was.
Yes, takes a bit of a deep breath. He's busy. Here's the tackle that he made on Roman. Caught him beautifully.
So Otago put the head down, shoulder through, tried to tackle. Sean Roman's already shown on a couple of occasions how quick he is off the mark.
Crouch.
Any sniff of a hole, he'll take it.
Touch, pause, engage.
Otago trying to put some heat on at scrum time, but Polu's got it away. Well, Nigel Hunt, the man receiving it, and thumps it away. Doesn't get a lot of ground. There he is, Nigel Hunt, playing on the right wing, but also reserve halfback or sub halfback for Bay of Plenty if needed tonight. And I'm sure he'll be hoping that Junior Polu Liunganga stays on for the whole game.
Yeah, he's a very versatile player, Nigel Hunt, but it's interesting that the Bay will go to the right-hand side. He's not a noted kicker whatsoever, is Nigel. Looks like they're just trying to spread the ball, use the extremities of the field, try and run this big Otago pack around.
There's a mark goal, thanks.
So 1 try each so far in the game. Donnelly, beautiful ball off the top. Away it goes to Dixon, and then smashing into the line. Smith trying to pop the pass by Charlie Hoare, and it's gone loose, but will come back. There was a knock-on initially from Otago. And Khan Hesketh, who will never die wondering, thought he was in for a try, but they'll come back.
There's a variation in the midfield. I think it was a centre, Brett Mather, coming in for the hit, and then Ryan Short went out the back door. He should have held this ball right there, tried to throw the pass. The numbers coming to the ball if he had held it and set up the next ruck.
He's ruled there was a knock-on in there.
Crouch. Touch, pause, engage.
And in the end, a bit of a let-off for Bay of Plenty.
This part of the game, guys, these scrums have been actually very interesting. They seem reasonably even at the moment. Quite a battle up front.
Well, it's good to see both sides trying really hard to put the pressure on each other. Set piece time. Jason McDonald in the middle there, who's played for the Crusaders and has just come back from paternity leave.
Blue early.
And they get a free
Blue
kick.
early.
Taken quickly by Burke to Bay of Plenty. Burley runs hard at them. And Tolu goes short side and quick hands too. Luke Braid just brings it back in field. Getting close to the touchline. Tolu. Delaney set deep and Burke out in midfield. Well, they were up on him quickly. Oh, good tackle made by Suakai, but snapped up nicely by Delaney. In space here now. Here's an opportunity with Jason Horner waiting on the left wing for the pass from Hewson. Never came.
Play on.
Desperate cover defence from Otago. Now they have to double back, and some of their bigger players struggling to do so. Savage moving it on. Well, some big players out in centre field. Retallick floats the pass. Nice hands away to Nigel Hunt. Infield it goes. Braid there in support. Well, this is promising for Bay of Plenty. Retallick flings it away. That's two big passes he's thrown. Now Burke straightening it up the middle. Coming for Polu. Good continuity here. Mike Delaney looking to set something up. Burley going in just a little bit upright. And might be able to get this off him here, Otago. Charlie Hoare desperately trying to wrap his hands around the ball. Elmiger's gone in there though, and he's won it. Made sure that it's come back on the Bay of Plenty side. Delaney trotting back into position, but they go open side to Horner. And Nigel Hunt now. Little skip and a jump, and a stop and a start, and then he's upended. Savage goes in. So going from side to side, needs someone to straighten, and Berman does just that, although he's upended as well. So plenty of effort going in on attack and defence. Burke floating it wide. Now Retallick, opportunity to stretch them here, Bay of Plenty. A lot of forwards out this side of the field. Elmiger pops it back in, and no way through there. McGugan fires it away. Horner.
Roll out, roll out!
Otago trying to get over the ball, but Bay of Plenty have got it. Crunching onto it nicely is McGugan. He lost it.
There was 11 phases long from the Bay of Plenty team. It all started from two pieces of magic. First there was Colin Burke, and then Mike Delaney. They ran it from their 22. This movement started, so put them in the hole, and there's just the indiscretion here. Just lost forward there on the hit up from McGugan.
Well, Dixon getting in there doing some good work, ripping the ball away. He's ruled it a knock on, but that's good defence from Otago. And I'll tell you what, some of their players have been feeling the bumps and bruises, none more so than this fellow, Eben Joubert, who looks like he's had his eyebrow opened up.
And he actually happened right back, that happened to him right back at the first ruck of the first 11 phases. He went round to have a crack at 9, and unfortunately must have got a smack in the snorer, and it's been bleeding ever since. Great attack by Bay of Plenty, fellas.
I was just going to say, Brendan, you can see what Bay of Plenty are trying to do, keep the ball in hand, spread it from sideline to sideline, and then look for the mismatches. Interesting too that Bay had a couple of funny first receivers. I mean, Joe Savage took it on one occasion. Colin Burke was there on a couple of occasions.
Yeah, and exactly right. Mike Delaney, that's how he made his break in the first break he made. He got a hold of a prop and got outside him and did it very well. So they're obviously looking for that, aren't they? Looks like there was a replacement here. Obviously a bit of a blood bin. And we've got Hawani Martinga, and 18 has gone on for Joubert.
So he'll pack down on the blind side.
Crouch, touch, pause.
Martinga.
Far side. Adjusting where your head's going. Just don't just go.
Well, he's picked up Joe Savage here. And Joe doesn't look all that happy about it, but have to live with it. It did certainly collapse on that side. He said he came in on the angle. So Glenn Dixon bangs it off. Yes, he got it into touch, got full value for that kick. Let's have a look here. He's up against Sam Hibbard.
Matt Stannis just saying that the angle of his head was dangerous play from Savage.
So McDonald with the throw. And Triggs wins it in the middle of the line out. Dixon out into centre field, straightening is Charlie Hoare.
Roll out, go, roll out!
Now off it goes to Hayden Triggs. Romans now, and it's the replacement Martinga coming back on the angle. Dixon stabbing a kick through into the corner, but sits up pretty well for Toby Arnold. And he's found a bit of space with this kick. Eventually goes into touch. He made a good dash after it. He's pretty quick, this fellow. Watched him last week making some very good runs into the back line against Tasman. Haven't seen him do that tonight, but he's a lively fullback and one to watch.
Good recognition by him. There was a bit of space, and it would have been interesting if that kick stayed in, because only Hayden Triggs back for Otago.
Romans puts it high off the Tom Donnelly take. Nigel Hunt.
Thank you.
Dixon stayed back, and he puts it high in the middle. Ben Smith giving chase. Wayne Hewson underneath it for the Bay. Takes it, and he had support there from Delaney Polu. So we get into a bit of a kicking contest here. Who's going to be the first to crack? Charlie Hoare. And that's a great little kick, that one, from left winger Ryan Shortland, because he found a lot of space, and in the end he's forced an error. I think it might be Delaney who knocked that on, and so it's going to give them, Otago, a scrum feed. Good awareness.
A very dangerous one. It wasn't his best kick ever done, but he chases it hard and found the space. Delaney just couldn't do much with that. Try to cover. You're getting numbers behind the ball, pay plenty. Looking for the pass every time.
Crouch. Touch, pause, engage.
Bay of Plenty still leading it. Romans, who's made some good grounds, and here's Shortland again bursting onto it.
Roll out, roll out!
Taken just inside the 22, but he's got Otago on the front foot, and now Donnelly smashes onto it as referee Matt Stanish plays advantage. Otago got an opportunity here to get more than 3 points. Soakai comes back for Romans, and looking to get it wide. Good tackle though made by Braid on Shortland, so they'll come back for the penalty. And this will be easy. Chance to level the scores for Otago.
That's great variation from the set piece from that man, Ryan Shortland. He come in on the angle. The top players in motion, Otago, causes confusion within the Bay ranks. And there was another good hit up from Donnelly. You see here just the behind ball. He sets it up well, keeps it in hand this time. And Donnelly comes around the corner on the angle and hard. Colin Burke tries to put the hit on.
Here he is here, Shortland. It was a good tackle made on him by Luke Braid. He's an interesting character, Ryan Shortland. He's already seen a bit of the world. He was born in Martin, educated initially at primary school at Maroubra in Australia. Dixon nails an easy penalty, and so that brings it all level again at 10 all. And here he is. He also spent time in Westport, so he's been around a bit, played for the Warriors, but now he's come here along with Michael Witt, and he looks pretty happy with how things are going at the moment. 10 all. Nicely taken down by Poani Martenga for Otago. Good hand stretching out above his head. And Colin Burke back inside his own 22. Plenty of time to kick. Spiral punt, and a good kick. Very good kick. He's such a good all-round player, Colin Burke.
It's a great weapon to have when you have your number 8 sit back in deep. A lot of the times, number 8 aren't that good at kicking. Beautiful spiral kick.
Go down, please. Go down.
a few teams around the country who wouldn't mind him in a number 10 jersey, fellas, the way he's punting the ball at the moment.
Well, he has played a bit of rugby in the backs, hasn't he, Brendan? He's been able to play centre. One of those blokes who can play just about anywhere. Romans hangs one high for Hesketh to chase after. Horner comes forward, takes it nicely, under pressure.
Down, one.
Now, well, he's got Ben Nolan here for going in over the top, just sealing it off, not staying on his feet. Of course, hard to stay on your feet when you've got the whole pack driving in behind you, but that's why he's been penalised. And Mike Delaney going to take on a shot here.
It's a great kick, TJ, contestable. You see they had numbers to the ball for Otago people.
Second look, I think it's a fair penalty. I think he did go straight to ground, didn't he?
Too, yeah. This is a very important kick for Mike Delaney. Probably 48 metres on the angle. 6.5 minutes to the break, 10 all. I know they're in for a battle this game. At the moment, Bay of Plenty.
So Delaney with the angle, this would be 50 metres. But he's pushed it away to the right, and it was never going to have the distance either.
Hold one.
Just at the limit of his range, Mike Delaney, that one. So we'll have a line out. And Ian Elmer say he's been around for a bit, this fellow, 30 years of age. Finds Retallick, who's having an excellent season for Bay of Plenty. Callum Retallick, try scorer in this game. And now right in the middle of this forward movement from Bay of Plenty. Delaney running onto it, then working the ball wide, but oh, Burley just made a bit of a hash of that. Otago have got it. The referee says we'll come back, and no advantage. It was looking promising. They were running onto it from depth, but he just couldn't take the pass.
Yeah, it's a tough pass when you're on that angle from Delaney. He slid out and bounced out, as they call it. Burley did the pass just in front, couldn't hold it, had to stop and reach back for it. Caused the hesitation, enough time for the defence to come up and make the tackle.
Well, there was a decoy runner in the middle that may have obscured his line of sight there.
Crouch, touch, pause, engage.
Off the back goes Paul Grant, member of the New Zealand Sevens team this year. Good counter-rucking from Bay of Plenty, an opportunity to steal it here. Oh, great work. Well, Otago just took their eye off the ball a little there, didn't commit the numbers, and Bay of Plenty have pounced. Luke Braid in the middle of it, and the Steamers get a scrum feed in good field position.
Yes, option both ways. 3 to the left, 3 to the right. And see here, Luke Braden's hard work. He's holding up, not on his feet.
It's an important part of the game, this wee 5-minute period before half-time, isn't it, guys?
Yeah, well, whoever can go in with the lead, you're feeling pretty good about it. It's been an even first half. Try conversion and a penalty apiece. In excellent conditions here at Carisbrook. Nice fine night. A little chilly on the, well, for soft guys like Carl Tanana.
That's why I've been asked to put upstairs next to you, TJ. Get the top treatment, the lazy boys.
I hope you're enjoying, fellas.
Well, there's Junior Polo in the end, just smashed straight into Charlie Hall. No problems for him. He's had plenty of things run into him in his time, including his brother, no doubt. Here he is again, making another tackle. Elmiger picks it up, puts the head down, and trying to rip it away there was Donnelly for Otago, but Bay of Plenty still have it. Delaney works a little wraparound, then tries to get it wide, and works another wraparound. So Mike Delaney, then he pops it off to Hewson, has to hurdle Brett Mather, who was on the ground. Now it's Otago trying to counteract that penalised. This time he's got Saukai. And so Mike Delaney can have another shot at goal here. Another opportunity to put Bay of Plenty in front. Although he's just checked there with his captain. What's Colin Burke say?
Inside the clock.
Oh, he's going to put it into touch.
Big call.
Just watch Saukai.
There's 5 penalties conceded there from the Otago team. Saw 3 or 4 bin from Saukai.
Time's off, time's off, time's off.
As you can see there, guys, Joubert's come back on flood bin. Tunga's come right back off.
Well, here's the opportunity for Bay of Plenty. If they can secure it, which they do, through Berman. Otago players will have to try and hold them up. And good work there from Braid. Makes a couple of metres. They'll just try and bash it over here, you'd think. Berman has it. No way through there. No real blind side. So you can see the Otago defence all ready for them. Retallick. Up off the ground so they can drive it forward. And Otago can't bring this down. Well, it has gone down. And the arm has gone out. Just got to be careful. The penalties at the breakdown starting to mount up against Otago here. Burke.
Still got advantage for goals.
Still playing advantage. Braid, he's over. Well, that's reward for an excellent first 40 minutes from Luke Braid. And, well, the gamble has paid off. Colin Burke said, we'll have a crack at them. And they have scored. What a good try, Carlton Anna.
Their justification in their call, no doubt. Brendan Ladies highlighted that this important period, 5 minutes to go. They had the options to take the 3 points. Colin Burke could smell a bit of blood. Saw that Otago on the back foot, and that's just strength right there from Luke Braid. That's just wanting it more. The keenness to get over the line. And as you said, TJ, great reward for some hard work in this first 40.
Well, he has worked hard. He's made tackles. He was the man that drove through that ruck and got that important turnover. And he's a player who, well, they got him into the side when he was pretty young. Luke Braid, younger brother of Daniel, who played for the All Blacks back in 2003. Father Gary was an All Black in the 80s. Now an opportunity for Delaney to convert. He struck that well. It is over. Great end to the first half for Bay of Plenty. The Steamers lead it at the break.